welcome back to another episode 10. Fucking double digits now. I hate saying the intro. Not saying the intro, but I hate saying the title of the name. Like, I can't get it right. Like 2 days on a pod, try and say that quickly, just fucks with me. Yeah. I hate it. But welcome back, episode 10. We're doing good. Like
we are really consistent.
We are. I'm surprised about the consistency because normally it drops off. Like the other podcast that we did have that was super successful. Do you know how many episodes we got up to?
I want to say about 8.
We got to 10. So the next one is the one that we need to do.
It's a record breaker.
And then we can quit. So we've made it. But yeah, welcome back. Another huge week. I fucked my ankle. Didn't know I actually did it that badly. Saturday? Yeah, on my game on Saturday, and it did in the last quarter, like 4 minutes to go. And I was playing wing the whole day, came off, and luckily it was my time to rotate off. So I was like, fine, let's go. And then they're like, oh, have you ever played backline? I'm like, get me on. So I played backline for the last 2 minutes. I was in agony. And then I thought, why not? And that was the same night of the FA Cup. So I was like, oh, why not go to the city?
You got to.
And we might as well keep on talking about the FA Cup. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Fuck Chelsea. Dumb cunts. Losing. But yeah, we went all the way into the Cass. Went good mates, Millsy and Vinay, both Liverpool fans. And we went really early just to try and get seats. So there's very limited seats there. I'll probably say majority are standing. Everyone else is pretty much, just...
Cass is always... Any sporting event, it's always packed.
Yeah, and I was trying to go to this Varsity because legit up the road, shout out Varsity, free advertisement for you lot. But went to the Cass and I was like, fuck, we're getting there an hour early before the game, which it kind of flies. We had a little bit of a pre here, so it kind of flies by pretty quickly. I had another game on, which was live, but I was like, fuck, I better get a table because my ankle's fucked. And we kind of wait around, probably gets to 10 minutes before the game. We still got around the table. I'm like, I have to stand the whole time. And at this point, I'm like, my ankle's actually not too bad. When I first did the ankle, it was a little bit sore, but it still had the adrenaline coming through.
Yeah.
But then it got to the standing around, and the next day I could hardly walk. Or even
so how did you do it though?
It was kind of in a contest, and then someone laid onto my legs, and then I was like, "Fuck, that's sore." But we ended up. So Vinay and Milan, they both got a seat, and then I was the only one standing. I stood for the whole game, and I thought I was fine. And then I go to walk out of the back to the car. And I'm limping. I'm like, bro. So
you just look pissed as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to think, oh, he's got an ankle injury.
No, he just looks smashed. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to limp it off. But the more I walked on it, the better it got.
A bit of a poor result for Chelsea, I guess. Tough one. But on the bright side, I didn't think about this, and I was wanting Chelsea to win, but Chelsea losing saved us from Slagrid's wet video.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
No, Ashford wet.
Yeah.
Slagrid? Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't hear about this. What
so if Chelsea had won the FA Cup...
Because she's a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah, so she was apparently going to release a new video. Okay. And I'm not trying to see fried eggs and fucking Prime again, so...
So wait, what'd she do?
Have you seen her first video?
No.
You're lucky for starters. Okay, but genuinely... So she's a... adult star.
Yeah.
Her first fucking video she uploads to Pornhub. She pulls out a Prime midway through it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Prime being
Prime hydration.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking random. And she's butt ugly and she's sitting there fucking herself. And then she pulls out a bottle of Prime. Nah.
Well, and then she starts doing it to the bottle as well, or no?
No.
I was gonna say pretty girthy bottle. But no, honestly, the atmosphere at the Cass was fucking elite.
It always is.
I don't understand. At an AFL game, obviously the game is a bit different, but I want to know in England, right? The Chelsea area, probably you only get the Chelsea fans down at the pub. Liverpool, we kind of get. But I want to know, because Perth is kind of way out of obviously area, and then you kind of get both fans going to the Cass. And is it like that in England where there's rivalry? I swear there'll be rivalries and biggest thrown at other.
Well, if you were for example, if it was like a United versus Liverpool for that game in England, like, and you were a United fan walking to a Liverpool fan, like, you'd probably turn around and try to find like a new pub that all United fans are at. Like, you wouldn't be showing up to the same places.
Yeah, true. Because like even being a part of like an AFL club group on Facebook, and they're always like, oh yeah, any Melbourne fans will meet at this pub to watch a game this week. So that's probably what happens. But
there's something about there is something about like English soccer fans that is. They're a different type of fan compared to like an AFL fan. You know what I mean? Like, they have like the chance. They're so much more into it. Like,
and so basically, what would happen? So people who don't know the cast. There's the main screen there, and then another screen there on the left side, and screen there, and everyone kind of sits there, and you can choose which screen you want to watch. Like, if you're sitting on this side, it's probably easy just to look on the left, like TV. And so basically. We had Chelsea fans this side, bunch of tables and people, and then all the Liverpool fans on the other side. And so we'll be watching like up there, and then when like a Liverpool player misses a pass and goes out of bounds, we just go like that to the other Liverpool fans. And so at one point, a Liverpool fan came over, and we kind of, you know, those videos where like two dogs are barking at each other and there's a fence between them, and then as soon as the fence as soon as they walk around, a fence opens up, they like kind of run away from each other. I feel like that, like we're never gonna meet, even though we could just go and smash on like the only 20 meters.
Yeah, I was gonna say you walk 10 meters that way, they're right there.
But I felt like all it was gonna be is just trying to piss them off, and they were pissing us off, and they were favourites, like Liverpool favourites.
Oh, for sure.
And so one of them actually walks over, and we're talking about the Liverpool goalkeeper in the League Cup game. It's pretty disrespectful, but the Donny that was their keeper for that game, like a big, he's not Allison anyway, does a great job, wins them pretty much the game. But he came over and was like, he's better than your shit goalkeeper, and then pushes the Chelsea fan, and the Chelsea fan was like, fucking what? And then the guy just kind of walks away. Whatever, and then Chelsea fan like, no. He's like, come back. And then Chelsea fan goes over there, talks to him for about, 5 minutes, and he was just like for the rest of the game, it was just like, he was just pissed.
Yeah.
And he came back to the Chelsea, all the Chelsea fans were like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. And then, from the Liverpool fans, there was like some United fans there as well. I think the United fans wanted Chelsea fans, or the Chelsea team to win.
Yeah.
Just because I hate Liverpool. And so like a few like United fans came over from that group, they're all great, and he's like, yeah, fuck you guys. So it kind of made like the situation a bit better.
Yeah.
But you could still like kind of tell they hated each other, man. And like another, like all the Chelsea fans, because there were so few of us, like we kind of kept on drawing them in, like closer to the game finishing, like around like. I don't even know how old he is. He must have been like I could say honestly he could be 16, but somehow at Cass.
Yeah.
And he kept on. He had like an older brother and like the brothers. I don't even know girlfriends. And he kept on going to them and kept on coming back to me. He's like, yeah, how good's the game? How good's the game? He's like, and I'm like, oh yeah, how good? And he just walks back to his brother and then come back. Oh yeah, like Chelsea, and then he's like a little puppy, bro. I'm like, yeah. And then another guy came over and he's like, bro, I'm about to cry now. I'm like, bro, it's alright, man, it's alright. But he was actually a good bloke. But yeah, Chelsea fans kind of slowly got together, and it came to the penalty shootout. And so of all the Liverpool fans, I think they got told off for it, but they're all like side by side like that, like the players were in the penalty shootout. So they're all like that, and then all the Chelsea fans were kind of like huddling around each other. And honestly, when Aspilicueta missed the first one, was it the first one? Anyway, when he missed, Liverpool fans erupted, and like kind of a few drinks go everywhere, like as you probably could imagine. And then basically when Mendy saves Mane, which I knew that was going to happen. So both from Senegal, so you could tell like the amount of penalties they probably face up against each other would be so many that you just
do you reckon that would have played into it?
Yes, 100%. Well, no one. Mendy couldn't save anyone else's. He got close, but couldn't save anyone else's.
Yeah.
A fellow countryman comes up, takes a pen, gets saved. You could just tell. Unfortunately, Mason Mount still 6 losses from 6 games at Wembley. So
really,
did you see that?
I did not see that stat.
I think that counts, like the Euros. He's lost 3 FA Cups there now. So 6. So he's got the curse. Like if he plays at Wembley in a final, like he's gonna lose. So
bet against him. Just bet against him. But how good is it seeing your team play at the Cas? Like, I just remember, even like just pointless. Like obviously, like United aren't that good, but I'm gonna go watch the United Liverpool games there, and just like the atmosphere, even though it's like a meaningless game because United are probably gonna love. I
love being the underdog at a venue as well. Being a Melbourne fan and Optus Stadium against like West Coast fans. I just love being the underdog because you just talk so much shit.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't really say Melbourne fans are underdogs at Optus Stadium, but
no. What it means,
like a minority.
Yeah, minority.
Victim mindset.
They won't. Yeah, they
peak 2020 from you. Yeah. Victim mindset.
Well, because we didn't win by 100, I'd say underdogs. So they probably should have won by that. But no, I love the Cas honestly, and
I'm surprised there wasn't any fights though. I mean, we went for Liverpool versus United. There was a chair thrown across the room at someone.
There was not in my area. There's a few times where all the. Like every security guard probably in the whole Cas comes up to the front, and just before the game ends, like they're just there just in case.
Yeah. Well, that's usually when the fights happen.
Yeah, I think there must have been something. Cause I did see at one point like all of them walk to the back.
Yeah.
So whether.
But I guess at this. Yeah. At the same stage of it's a big game, but that's not really like. Chelsea and Liverpool don't really have that type of rivalry, do they? Whereas a United Liverpool or like a Chelsea versus Arsenal or something like that would
I'd say, and even Liverpool versus Everton would be like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I hate each other, but fun times, love that.
Well, even you look at United versus Leeds. This is when United came to Perth for the pre-season. They were fighting United versus Leeds fans were fighting in Optus Stadium. And it was like Leeds. It was like their first season back in the Premier League or something like that.
I don't think they were even in the Premier League that point.
They were about to go in the Premier League, but it was their first season back in, and they're still fighting and shit.
Yeah. Oh, they might be heading down. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty.
How crazy is City dropped points against West Ham?
Yeah.
I saw Duncan last night, our favourite Liverpool fan, and we're just talking, and I'm like, you choked the league. City, there's no chance. City dropped points, especially not against Burnley. And Duncan's like, nah, they are. Trust me, they will drop points. And then I wake up to a message this morning saying, "Told you so, cunt."
I mean, it's only they dropped 2 points. They were lucky to not.
I was gonna say they were down, and then it was like an own goal, wasn't it?
And then Mahrez had a penalty, 85th minute, and misses, or he gets saved. So they could have won.
Yeah,
they could have won. But there's a few games going on that are I think that top 2 definitely, and then the relegation.
Yeah.
Even I'm still not really too into it, but the women's games are low key pretty cool as well. So the FA Cup happened last night, and I'm just happy that Sam Kerr went to Chelsea because Sam Kerr obviously being Australian, but that she scored 2. Yeah, she scored 2, and they won 3-2 to win the FA Cup. And then 2 weeks ago, just to win their Premier League, I think it's the Super Cup or something like that. Yeah. She scores 2 to get them to win the cup as well.
She's so good,
she's insane. And I hope
in other FA Cup news as well. You probably don't give a fuck, but United won the FA Youth Cup.
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
Bit more prestigious than the women's FA Cup, but that's what United won previously.
Basically, yeah. So, talking about happy times at the Cas, you didn't have a too happy a week with some cryptocurrencies, eh?
It's essentially gambling as well, because but I did not have too happy a week. I lost $900 in the span of 12 hours.
Did you have any heads up that this was happening, or you just
I was buying the dip.
Yeah.
On the way down, I was like, well, obviously I had a bit of money at 100. I bought it in 130. It was sitting at 153 Australian.
Yeah.
And then as it's coming, I can see it starts going down. It was a bit of a bear market at the moment, so I was like, okay, I'll rebuy in, and it hits $60, and I'm like, all right, I'll put another $200 in. I was like, if I'm buying at 130 and 100, I'll buy in at 60, of course, sale.
Yeah.
Put 200 in at 60, and then I check again in 2-3 hours, and it's down at $10. And most people go,
put the house on it.
Well, most people are like, I'll probably stay away if it's gone down in this amount of time.
We're going to put the house on it now. Put the whole mortgage on.
My degen brain goes, I'll put another 200. But I didn't even I messaged Clay, and I was like, are you buying in on this Luna dip? Clay goes, yeah. And he goes, if you want, I'll send you $200 to put on it. And I was like, I didn't even ask it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
What a nice guy.
So
we love Clay.
I was
Producer
like,
Clay.
Yeah, we love Producer Clay. So anyway, he sends me money. So I loan $200 from Clay to buy more Luna. And then within literally 30 minutes, I watched it go under a cent from $10. And it just, I could have got that $200
Did your
and
heart sink?
just burnt it.
Did you, like, your heart, honestly, like, do you feel like you're going to cry?
Like, there was, low-key, I don't give a fuck as much as I feel like I should.
Yeah, right.
Part of me was like, damn, this really sucks. But then another part of me was like, the $700 of it, I don't give a fuck about losing. The 200, the only thing I feel like a dumbass about is the 200 I loaned from Clay to then put in. Because that
is it a loan? Is it a loan or is it like a gift?
Well, I'm obviously paying him back. I'm not just going to take the money from him. But it's just like, I'm just like, you know, so you win some with crypto, you lose some. But did you have any money in it? Or?
Yeah, nah. The amount of times you said, get in Luna.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like,
well, if you'd hopped in, to be fair to me, if you'd hopped in Luna when I was telling you to hop in, you would have made money on the initial jump up.
And then, because normally what I do is I forget about it. At the start, right? Last year, I think it was 2 years ago now. At the start, I was looking at shit every day. Like, I thought it was the best thing ever. I'm like, oh, look at this. And then for low-key for probably 3 months, it kind of slowly gone down. I think I had one good day of going up. And I was like to Dad, bro, get into cryptocurrency. I was like, this is the best thing ever. Because I'm pretty sure I spoke to you. I also spoke to Jack because he loves that shit as well. And even, I think, Milan as well. And I just get all my advice from basically my mates anyway. Which takes me to the next story. But yeah, I told Dad, bro, look, I gained it's probably been like $5 to sign the first day. And then since that first day, dropped for ages. Yeah. And then actually kept on, it kind of curved back up. Can't even remember. Must have been last year, mid-year. And then obviously everyone knows what happened during, was it December last year, November, and everything just kind of fell. And now I'm down probably half. So I think in total I had 600, and now I'm down to 300. So
yeah, but I guess it's perfect time to buy now though. And
it is the perfect time. That's no, you're
not
wrong.
There's really people say
it is gambling. Pretty much is gambling.
But it's the same with any other asset. It's just if you're trying to be first to it, and they're crypto does get this bad name because you do get stories where it's I lost basically.
Case I lost 3 mil.
He lost 3 mil, but I lost $1,000 in span of 12 hours on an asset. But then it's the same companies go broke or and then the flip side, you might lose $1,000 in 12 hours, but you can also make, for example, so Luna hit Lua bought in at its bottom, hit its bottom, right? Yeah. Less than a cent, right?
Yeah. Right.
Way less than a cent. Some guy had put. I saw a TikTok about it. He'd put $50 at the lowest, and then when it rebounded, he'd woke up to 35K USD overnight.
Boy.
Yeah, legit. Because he'd bought in at the absolute lowest and did it's not even at a cent yet, but because of the rebound of how low it had gone. So on the reverse side, heaps of people lost money, but then heaps of people also did gain money.
Yeah.
And some people are even. When it was going down, some people were opening short positions to then profit off of it going down anyway. So a lot of money lost, but a lot of money made at the same time.
It brings me, and it's a little bit of a segue, but I was talking to a workmate and he had put money into a horse. So I
was thinking about doing that,
Yeah, I can't remember how much he put in, but he gets I think he's saying that he gets $3 if they win or something. I can't remember, but yeah, it's stupid like that. Anyway, so the horse was racing last Saturday, and he was telling me on the Friday, hop on it, man, hop on it. I'm like, oh, and you know me, I don't really jump on the horse too much. I don't mind going and getting the horses when watching the horses, but not unusual day to day. And you've had a great win in it, so
yeah, I love the horses.
Yeah, so he was jump on it, and then so there was this guy. I think he wasn't even favourite to win. I can't remember the horse's name, but anyway. There was another guy, or another horse, and that one was favorite. It was paying maybe $2 to win, or $1.80 or something like that. And I was like, do I just tell him I put money on his horse? I'm like, nah. I was gonna put 25. He put 25 either way. So the favorite, and then also his horse, I think was second favorite at the time. And then time flies. I'm the next day, and it comes to the horse, like the race, and I was like, I missed it. Like I didn't even know what time it was. I look back on it 4 hours later after the race. I'm like, I wonder how it went. Didn't put any money on it, thank God, because they didn't even make top 4. And the favourite horse didn't even get top 4 either. And that's why I just like, what the fuck is horse race? Like,
but it depends. Like, if you're gonna go to some like farmers horse racing of
somewhere in New South Wales, I think it was Scone. I don't know if it's. Like, I'm probably said that was so wrong. Like it's spelled like scone, so I guess it's scone. But
yeah. No, I mean, like, if you're going, like, backyard, obviously, that's how I won the $2,000, because it was, like, the horse was paying $117 to win.
I'm just, like, just the rare, like, how's that actually going to happen? Like, stuff that, man, so.
But, like, another big win that we had on the weekend, everyone had a big win. Music had a big win.
Music?
On the weekend. And so, have you listened to it? People that don't know, Kendrick Lamar blessed our ears with a new album.
What's the album name?
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
That's why I love Dylan, because shit like that, I legit will read it and I'll just forget about it. But I just know Dylan will just, I don't know how you remember that
useless shit, bro. I
don't know how you remember, because honestly, because I wouldn't know. And I've listened to the whole thing and I'm like, it's decent. But then I'm like, what's it actually called? And I read it and then I just completely forget. So,
bro, I love the album. It was top. It was so good.
So compared to his other album, so obviously Humble, last one that came out, better? It's a different type of album for sure. Yeah. Apparently, so I only listened to it cover to cover once. I really enjoyed the first listen. I off of the first listen, I would have given it a solid high 8, 9. There's a lot of songs. How many songs are
there? So it's a double album. Yeah. So it's 9 songs each side. Yeah. But no, it's just even there's a song on there, and it's like an argument. It's an argument between Kendrick and someone else. Yeah. And even then it slaps. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it slaps. It's a weird song.
But in the flow of the album.
Is it like fuck you? Yeah. And then it's like fuck me, fuck me.
Yeah.
That's a weird song.
But then he goes sorry, he goes to he has some absolute shows like N95 is an absolute banger. Yeah. Mirror's an absolute banger. But then he goes and has another song where it's just the F slur and the N word.
Oh yeah.
You know the song I'm talking about?
Oh, the one where it's about is Arnie.
Yeah. So the one about is Arnie with the F sub, and there's another one where it's just a girl calling him the N word.
Oh really?
Just the heaps
repeatedly.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't remember that song, but the one I saw, I didn't do heaps of research, but I was like, oh, this is a good album, and normally I'm 50-50, if I like a song, I like a song. Yeah. But then I'm like, oh, what's everyone else kind of listening to? And you kind of hear what's on the radio a bit more than other ones. The song Auntie Diaries. Yeah. Yeah. So that song, I think got the best reception in the sense that not many song or even rappers kind of talk about transgender and all those topics. Yeah. So. Even though you think, oh, it's a weird song, it's just no one has done that shit before. I swear. Oh, it's a bit out there to just be hearing the F slur said so openly and But I don't think he does it in a sense.
He's not using it in a demeaning way. Yeah. He doesn't I was reading a thing about it where it's obviously everything's all about perspective, and he was saying if it's your perspective that it's got a negative connotation. Yeah. Then that's on you basically, and it's.
But I'm just glad he's back. Not gonna lie, because he's been dry for so long.
Yeah, you've been hearing rumors as well. They say this is the this is a double album. Mr. Morale's the first 9 songs. The Big Steppers is the second 9 songs apparently. From what I had read, but I'd also heard a bit of a conspiracy. They made the same thing when he said "Damn" that he was going to release the next album 3 days later. Everyone remembers that conspiracy, right? Do you remember it?
Nah, I don't.
I was talking to Jeremy and stuff, and we're talking because he changed the Spotify profile and all that. But then apparently he's out of contract with the Top Dog. Not apparently, he is out of contract with Top Dog, and he's joining a new record label, right?
Yeah.
And so they reckon that because of how rushed this album had felt, there's heaps of typos in the Apple lyrics. He released that album, and then the next day announced the tour for the album.
Yeah.
And none of the features on the album actually feel kind of thought out. They just feel kind of random features.
Yeah, on the album
on this album, so Miss Around the Big Steppers, they feel the features are a bit random. No one's really from Top Dog on there.
Oh yeah.
So they think that do you remember what Frank Ocean did with Apple? or was it Apple or whatever? So Frank Ocean basically did the same thing where he dropped like a project and like with no intention of really making it blow up, and then to like basically finalize this contract with them because it's like a certain amount of albums, and then he released Blonde with his new record label. So they reckon that it's like a conspiracy that once Kendrick does his tours for the album, he'll release like the second album, which is supposed to be like the actual album with his new record label. Conspiracy, but hopefully because more Kendrick music the better, I reckon.
You know how you said some of the artists are a bit random. I think that's just down to, so looking at it right now, the only ones I recognise is Baby Keem, obviously, and Kodak Black. They're the only two artists that I probably honestly recognise. Maybe in other ones I've heard in songs, but I really wouldn't know who they are. Maybe
Summer Walker has a really good feature on. Oh, what song did she feature on? She's really good.
Who's that?
Summer Walker.
Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But even like Blast with an X, he's on a song. I just got it up. But yeah, I think that comes down to, and I think that's why Kendrick is like so well loved, is because he doesn't just go straight to like a Kanye, and you just know that song's got to blow up. He actually lets other artists grow with him.
Well, he has out of like the features on it, like Summer Walker's already established.
Yeah.
Ghostface, like Summer Walker's huge. Probably not in your thing, but like R&B, like Summer Walker's massive.
Yeah.
Ghostface Killer is part of Wu-Tang Clan. Kodak Black, Baby Keem's huge. The only three that are like kind of small, like the Beth Gibbons, Taylor Page, and Sampha. I've never heard of him before or them before. But like as a whole, it's like doesn't feature a lot of top dog like artists.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it is a like you say trying to go more underground, I guess, but it is a pretty random list of features with like why is Kodak, like I would never have thought Kodak Black would be on a Kendrick album until it Miss Maryland released.
Yeah, no, definitely a bit random, but yeah, like saying that, I feel bad now because like it's Amanda Ruffer person. She has 6.5 million monthly listeners, which kind of I love that stat. He always goes compares, and yeah, there's probably like obviously these people are famous probably over in America, but obviously over here I don't really hear about them that much.
Speaking of random though, just having a cheeky look at the run sheet. The most random thing I've seen probably in the past couple of weeks, National Vegetarian Week, May 16th to 22. Tim will tell me what this is about.
Basically, I thought, well, why not have a little research what's happening around the globe? And so this week's challenge, and you can be on board with it, I'm going to be on board. So basically, this is National Vegetarian Week. And so from the next week on, I'm going to be going vegetarian.
Are you actually?
Yes.
All right, I'll do it.
I'm semi-regretting right now because I have no dinner planned for tonight. But yeah, basically no meat. Okay. And like no bean in your meat and no meat.
That's like.
I think it is.
No, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one.
Because I've never ever thought about going vegan or going vegetarian ever. No. And I thought it'd just be like a kind of cool task. I just don't want it to be a chore. So I'm not going to cheat it. Like there's people out there that say they're going to go vegetarian and their diet becomes just like not eating food. I'm going to make sure that I still get the right nutrients because I'm low key or high key in a dump at footy at the moment. So I'm like, I need to change something. So hopefully, you never know, like this vegetarian diet.
Imagine you do it for a week and you just stick with it.
Yeah, or imagine if I stick with it and I turn from being Drew Muir to prime fucking Chris Judd in fucking next month and I'm playing fucking for West Coast.
Have you ever
No, I've
done so vegetarian noting meat. I've done the flip side. I've never been vegetarian, but I've done the flip side of like carnivore, which is like just only meat. And I loved fucking carnivore. I'd go back to it in like a heartbeat.
But what type of foods did you eat?
I absolutely just like flogged the shit out of like steak.
But so does that count? So obviously you can't have like a cereal in the morning, right?
No, realistically, like if I wanted to, I'm not gonna be like where I'm like you might like because I was doing carnivore just because like I wanted to do it. So like if I wanted a bowl of cereal, I was gonna have a bowl of cereal because like I don't really care. But like if you want to stick with it seriously, yeah.
And then so like if you have a chicken burger, does that still count as carnivore?
Well, like you don't eat carbs or like the other shit. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what? So just having steak.
So like I don't even know if like. So like I say carnivore because like majority of the intake was like meat. Yeah. But I have like you have like multivitamins as well to make sure like you chill. But then I'd also have like just mushrooms and like steak would be honestly the go. Like in the morning would be like eggs and steak.
Yeah.
Go to the gym, come home. I wouldn't eat lunch. I just kind of have like a bigger dinner and it would be like steak and a little bit of mushrooms.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe like get sausages or something like that sometime. Like.
I feel like that would be too easy for me. And then I don't know how healthy was that though. Do you reckon?
I felt like elite. I felt so good.
I feel like especially if you're going to like the gym and shit like that. I feel like that'd be so good. But yeah, the next week, I'm going to
report back next episode.
Yeah, next episode, I'm like really scrawny, can't no muscle. Even Dad roast. I haven't seen my dad in ages because he's been living in Melbourne, and then I haven't seen him in ages. And he comes to my footy game, and after the game, he's like, "You're looking a bit scrawny, man." I'm like, "Fuck off!" And I honestly haven't touched like the metal room in like ages. I need to get it back into there. But yeah, I'm interested because I'm actually gonna do it properly. I'm gonna go like for like beans and shit, bro. I'm gonna go. Honestly, after this, I'm gonna go straight to Woolies and just plan out my week. Because when I live, Mum's not here, so I'm cooking for myself every night. I can plan it out. I'm gonna make sure I do it properly because the last thing you want, and it happens to vegan, people go vegan and they just have a shit diet because they're so restricted in what they're doing and just become lazy. Whereas I'm gonna fucking full pelts next week. The 20th, I'll probably only do it for a week. Fuck that. I'll go back to eating meat because you know what. I've never done it, and one of my good friends, Talia, she's like, is she vegan or veg?
She's. I thought she was vegan. I know she was vegan.
I always take piss out of being vegan, but then I'm like.
I don't think is she even vegan anymore?
Yeah, I don't think she is. But that's the thing, because she would go on a night out and it's like eat chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, and yeah, definitely. When you don't eat meat for so long and then you eat meat, like you can only like yak it all out like straight away because you have to like adjust to eating meat again. Have you ever heard about that?
It would make sense. Like I can definitely understand it.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that I'm.
It's like with sugar, for example, you drink drink a can of Coke now. I think it's normal. If you cut off sugar for like 2 weeks, even like a week, and you have like a can of Coke, it's gonna be so like sweet for you.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think I could never do like sugar though.
Really? Like for example, like my dad when he was like losing weight, he cut off like sugar completely.
Yeah, right.
Like the highest thing or like the most like sweet thing he would have would be like.
Is he still like fruit or no? Is like can of sugar?
Or like like fruit or whatever. He would have like Greek yogurt with like granola and like maple syrup or something, like not even maple syrup, like a low sugar maple syrup or whatever.
Yeah.
But then like he got to a stage where like he wouldn't be able to drink, like he wouldn't be able to finish like just like soft drink or whatever like that because it was just too sweet like to be able to stomach.
Yeah, right. That's
Could be a low-key hack though if you just if you can just hold yourself off something for enough time where your body is just like
ice cream too much, eh?
Yeah, legit.
But talking about sugar, I saw advertised on Facebook Marketplace just a bottle of Prime, and
how much?
It was in Perth, and it was $80
for a bottle
for a half-drunk bottle.
What?
I'm not even joking. This is on Facebook. I'll put it on the ad right now, just below.
$80 for a half-drunk bottle.
Yes, the guy. I don't even know what planet this guy's on, but he's like, it's pretty rare. Like, obviously, it's super rare in Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a half-drunk bottle of, I don't even know what flavour. I think it was the blue flavour.
I want to try the blue one. So,
yeah.
Bro, I reckon, look, let us know in the comments below if you want it, but me and Joe were thinking we just import one of each flavour and try them out.
We won't go to the struggles of going to like a university and like bringing out all the olds, getting rid of Gatorade and putting all Prime in. Someone's already done that. We won't make a vehicle into a Prime like bottle. I won't do that. We'll just, might do a review. We'll see how much it is first. Like if it's
it'd be crazy.
If it's so much, but yeah, I just found that pretty crazy. Another thing I found during the week, right? So, found this on Sport Bible, so it's pretty, it's pretty crazy when it comes on that. So basically, a Rangers fan, so Scotland League what are the actual Rangers like? The Rangers what? Was that just their...
I actually don't know where they're from. The Rangers.
Anyway, this guy's a Rangers fan, and so he sets up a Tinder profile, right? Get this. He sets up a Tinder profile, so they made the Europa League final.
Yeah.
And the rooms, and I'm pretty sure they're in Seville or Sevilla, and so basically the hotels, everything's sold out, or like because they know the cup finals there, and like every man and dog from Scotland's gonna be, and the Rangers fan are going there and gonna go watch it. They just like put up all the prices. So this guy's smart enough, right, to set up a Tinder profile. And then had like on the profile like everything in Spanish saying gracias, come on like Rangers, and then pretty much just said, look, I'm looking for somewhere to stay. I'm happy to pay you. The prices were up to like $600 for one night. Like
what?
I'm pretty sure that was UK, like was it euros? Is it euros or whatever? So that's like $1,000 plus just to stay somewhere. That's not even a ticket. So I'm guessing this guy's got tickets. Yeah. So yeah, Connor's gone on Tinder. Pretty much each like thing is just like holding up like him. Always like what was it? Just like pages. Yeah, pages. Everything's written in Spanish. Being like, yeah, can I just stay at the house for one night? And everyone's like, fuck yeah, why not get on board? And I'm pretty sure he has found somewhere to stay. But imagine that, like, going to Tinder. Like,
but if he shows up and is a guy, they're going to let him in?
Yeah, probably. Or everyone, like...
Oh, wait, but am I missing a thing here, or did you say that he had said it was a girl that was holding up the signs?
No, he's a guy. Like, the guy...
Yeah, but so it's a guy holding up the signs?
Yeah,
I don't know where... For some reason, I thought you had said that he photoshopped like a girl that was like holding up the signs, like a Spanish girl, like inside.
So yeah, all the photos of him like with Spanish signs, like all like that, like through his whole like Tinder kind of bio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, I rate that effort, bro.
It is an A. That is an A for effort. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, he honestly just said, look, I don't want anything to do with you, but I want to stay on your couch or stay on a bed, free bed, like. Fucking just rate the effort, bro. But yeah, moving on. This past weekend, we had the historic Monaco Grand Prix. Did you catch any of it? I didn't.
So it was it is what it is. I mean, all the rich guys that own their old F1 cars drive them about Monaco before they have the actual race this weekend. Esteban Gutierrez was racing them. That was a fun watch. I don't know if you know who he is, but he used to race in F1. He was one of the first Haas drivers, fun fact.
Oh, really?
So he was part of Kevin Magnussen.
Was Mark Webber there?
Was Kevin Magnussen the first there? What?
Was Mark Webber there?
Mark Webber wasn't there. You know who was there, though? Charles Leclerc.
Oh, really?
So,
he's from there anyway.
Max and Charles were both there watching the event. Charles got to drive around in Niki Lauda's 1974 Ferrari. Absolute art piece of a car. It's so nice. So
I'm guessing this happens every year.
Oh yes, yeah. So it's a yearly thing. Anyway, so Charles Leclerc is driving Niki Lauda's Ferrari through the streets of Monaco. He's going through, and he's driving. He comes through the tunnel, goes through swimming pool chicane, and he gets to Rascasse. And so from his point of view, he says he puts on the brake, and then the brake pedal just hits the roof of like the floor. He lost the brake. Like there was a brake issue, right? Brake fault.
Yeah.
He's then gone and basically sort of spun the car and fucked the back wing of Niki Lauda's 1974 Ferrari like into the barriers at Rascasse. He manages to keep the engine on, so he drives it back into the garage. Yeah, and he looked a bit dejected afterwards. And the guy that owns the car is like, "Nah, don't worry, like it's fine, like you're all good and stuff." It's just, and he tweets afterwards like, "Imagine crashing the most iconic thing."
It's not his fault. Like,
iconic car, but how bad is Charles Leclerc's luck at Monaco is where this whole point is going, because I don't think he's finished a race there. He's always crashed out there.
Wasn't there one year where he was doing really well and then crashed out as well?
Yeah, I mean, and his first year when he was with Sauber, his brakes again blew up and he smacked into the back. I think it was like of Kimi, I think even.
Damn.
But yeah, he's always crashing at Monaco.
That'd be I think the worst feeling. The worst feeling. I think the worst thing ever, or would be up there, would be crashing someone else's car.
Oh yeah, for sure. And someone else's Formula One car is something else.
I found out like a couple people have had crashes recently in our friends group, like Jaden and Milan. They had a few crashes. Yeah.
What?
I didn't know about.
When was that?
Must have been like a couple of weeks ago or like recently. But yeah, they had the exact same car, so like I'll just shout out Mazda 3. Like,
does Jaden have his license now?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess probably why I stopped messaging me asking for lifts. So it makes sense. I haven't heard from him in a while.
I was surprised. Like, the kid's growing up. He's finally 20 and got his license. Someone else was like the other day, and they're like, just grow up. If you don't have your license,
get it already.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was pretty late to get my license.
But at least you have it now.
Yeah, I do. And so keep on this Formula One topic. I've got a bit of a game for you.
Easy.
So for the people at home, I know you're going to be all very, very sad, but selection table got
a can.
We have a bye this week, so there's no one up for selection because we don't have a game, so we don't need to bring anyone up. So it's a bit of a Formula One guess who. Big race in Monaco this weekend. It's going to be a ball fest, but we love the spirit of Monaco. So these 3 drivers, they're all current drivers.
Okay.
I'll give you like a short description of them. You can ask 2 questions per driver. Yes or no. You can ask 2 thing, and we'll just see how many you get correct. Okay. So
rest in peace, mate.
When I won,
get roasted in the comments.
When I won my first race, I was the youngest ever Grand Prix winner. I have raced for Toro Rosso, Red Bull, Ferrari, and one more team.
Oh no. What was that? I get 2 questions.
Yeah, 2 questions. Yes or no.
Oh fuck! I was like, what was the last 2? So he still drives now. What was the first team that you said?
Toro Rosso.
Yeah, we just.
Do you know who that is? Do you know what that is?
No.
You have some learning to do, Drew. You have some learning.
Bro, I only watch. I'm classic. Nah, I feel like I'm better than that Netflix viewer, but I'm honestly am just. I'm actually a little bit better. I can understand the sport, but when it comes back to the actual knowledge, I'm just a fucking Netflix viewer. So Ferrari, I want to say, what's a question? Oh, what's a good question? Is he German?
Yes.
Oh, is it Vettel?
Yeah, it is. W's, let's go. All right. So, fun fact.
That was an easy one, though.
Yeah, so they get progressively harder. Yeah. Fun fact, so Toro Rosso used to be AlphaTauri used to be Toro Rosso, which is just Red Bull's second team, translates from Italian to Red Bull, Toro Rosso.
Oh, okay, cool.
Second one. I have won 1 Grand Prix in my career. I was a part of the Mercedes driver program and started my career at Manor before moving to Force India and getting booted out of the sport for 1 year, before coming back and joining my current team.
Ooh.
So that's actually a big hint. If you have a little bit of history, you probably would have been getting into Formula One just about as that whole break and stuff was happening. Yeah, right. So might be a blast from the past for your memory, but...
Wait, sorry, say that again.
Okay.
So he was at Mercedes.
So I was a part of the Mercedes junior driver program.
Yeah.
I started my career at Manor, which is an old F1 team, before my move from Manor to Force India and then getting booted out of the sport.
Booted out of the sport?
So he got booted out of the sport for 1 year and then he came back and he's now with his current team.
Oh, is it Kevin Magnussen?
No.
Oh, fuck.
That's one guess. So you have 1 question or 1 guess left.
So is that Manor?
Mm-hmm.
Between Manor... Oh, no, and then he was at...
So he went from Manor to Force India.
Alright, so there's one other guy that I know was at Force India. It's not my answer, but Perez was at Force India.
Perez was at Force India before.
Going by your reaction, that's not the right answer. And then who else is like kind of old? No, I feel like it was Perez. No, because Perez is Red Bull now. Fuck. I want to say. Fuck. Was he in between Force India and now? Was he at a team at all?
Between Force India and now?
Yeah.
Was he at a team?
Yeah.
Yes. He's a current driver. He's at a team.
But Force India and then say his team now.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a team between those two, or was he kicked out?
He was still involved in Formula One. Yeah.
He's still involved.
He was still involved in Formula One to an extent during the year he was kicked out.
Was he a driver?
He wasn't like a main driver.
Oh, fuck. So my next. I feel like.
So you're gonna have to make a guess as well though for this one because you had a question. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's either. I'm thinking. Kicked out makes me thought. I thought it was. Fuck, because he made a return. So I don't know Perez that well, but I know that Albon got kicked out. or wasn't kicked out but didn't drive for a year.
Yeah.
So it's between Albon and then...
In this case as well, I would say like Albon was kicked out of F1 for a year.
Yeah. But I don't know, was he... But he's young, no, he's way too young. Has to be someone old. I'm probably forgetting someone.
They have won one Grand Prix in their career. I don't know if you're forgetting. I don't know if that helps you at all, but...
Not really. I feel like Latifi's never would have won one. Fuck it, we'll go with Perez.
Incorrect. So that was Esteban Ocon.
Oh, really?
So he got booted out of Force India for Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
He was a Mercedes reserve driver for a year and then came back with Alpine and won a race with Alpine, and he's been with Alpine ever since.
Oh, yeah, right. I didn't realise that he was...
And he's still pretty young. Like, he's not old at all, so he's definitely
I feel like, but I guess the names doesn't really matter, but the names and like the teams kind of swap and change anyway. So like Manor, I feel like Manor is like old, but it's probably like
Manor's
14 or something like that.
Yeah, legit. Yeah. Like around that time period.
So I didn't know.
But I guess in Formula 1 that is a long time period. They were only around for a couple of years.
I forget about those drivers. Anyway.
So this is the last one. I guess I tried to go a little bit more difficult as we went on, but you should potentially get this. I actually don't know. Actually reading this blurb, but I raced for Dams in F2 between 2017 and 2019, with my highest finish being second in the standings. Eventually, I got a seat with my current team as a test driver in 2019 before moving to the main seat. I have not yet won a race, but I have a total of 7 points in my career.
Okay, well, that narrows it down to not Hamilton.
Takes out like Hamilton, Vettel, and Verstappen.
Yeah. Takes out Alonso, takes out Ricardo, takes out 7 points. Oh, that's not that many. Wait, 7 points total ever.
Yes.
It takes out a lot of people. It must be shit.
But do you know how many points people, like a rough idea of how many points people would have had?
Yes, kinda.
You know
Because
what I mean?
that's true. Am I allowed to get everyone's name up here and then kind of select or not?
No.
Oh, fuck, I don't even know that. How many questions do I get? Two.
Two, yeah.
Okay. 7 points in total. It's definitely not Latifi. What was it? 2019.
So his first season in Formula 1 was 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is he younger than 24?
He is not younger than 24.
Narrows it down to more people that I
don't even know the ages of some of the drivers.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like a young kid, but no, it's not. He's older, so it can't be George Russell. I'm just thinking, is 7
One question, one guess left. Yeah. It's coming down to crunch time.
What have I guessed?
Well, no, you just get the one guess for like the thing, but then you also have the question. Yeah.
Fuck. There's like people I'm forgetting that even.
Well, you can. Okay, you know what, I'll allow you. You can bring up a list of the current grid. You can have a look at the grid. Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna help you so much because honestly, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, there's a few that kind of leave in memory.
See, I even forgot about signs. Like, I don't know signs, but
Let's see what you have up. Okay, yeah. Wait, is that like points or anything?
No, it's just the last race.
Yeah. Okay.
I forgot about. Thank God you got me to do this.
You definitely forgot about Zhou Guanyu.
No, that's the only one I was. Okay. Legit, that was the only one I could think of. I forgot about Hulkenberg, Stroll, Gasly. I forgot about. Even forgot about Sainz. Yeah. No. I want to take a punt and say. Hulkenberg.
Drew Mulden.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Know who the answer is?
Tsunoda?
You're going to hate yourself because you ruled him out at the start, Latifi.
Oh.
At the start, you go, it's not Latifi. He has 7 total points. That is. And he's also old. He's older than I was thinking because he's 26 years old.
Damn.
So daddy's money gets him his seat. And,
I wouldn't say he's pretty old. He looks older. I mean.
Yeah, I guess, but.
It's been in the sport for a bit as well now, hasn't it? Surely. Oh, I guess.
So since 2019, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess it's not like a child prodigy that's come through, right? I guess it's dad's money, but he's not like a.
Oh, it's definitely just dad's sponsorship. Yeah. Like he's not like a Lando Norris. Like Lando Norris has a rich dad as well, but like Lando Norris actually has talent. Lance Stroll gets overhated, I reckon. Some mistakes he makes are pretty brain dead, but I'd rather have Lance Stroll on the grid than Nicholas Latifi on the grid.
Yeah.
If you had to have one of the daddy's money pairing, but that wraps it up from me. Yeah. For the week, is there anything else you want to touch on? Bring up.
I just want to say, hopefully I'll make it to next week. Not gonna lie, because
gonna starve yourself with this.
The vegetarian, bro. Like, what can I even? I'm just have to look.
Surely you're gonna have to eat like, isn't like falafel like a?
Yeah. But that's the thing.
I remember that slaps. I remember Vinay used to bring it to school, and like he'd always have like spare sandwiches he would give out, and like I would always try to get one, and they would elite, so good.
Dylan Buckley loves a falafel Subway like meal, so
I've never had one.
I might have to go to Subway and just start getting falafel.
Maybe the go-to will just be Subway and Zambreros. A vegetarian bowl from Zambreros is very nice.
True.
It's just expensive. It's money. It's like
is it?
It's like what's $15 a bowl or whatever, $12 a bowl.
I guess. Yeah, you gotta. I'm just gonna have to do it right. I'm gonna have to look up like 20 just menus, recipes. Just gonna have to go ham for the next.
The biggest, like, I wanted to get my like eating and stuff like that back in check, but it's just like the.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do vegetarian?
Oh, like I'll do the vegetarian one, yeah. But it's just like the effort is like.
100%. Like, don't go to the point where you're still happy doing it, but if you're just like fuck it. You're not allowed to cheat. That's the only thing. You can't be like, I'm just going to have bacon today and then continue.
All right.
As soon as you cheat, you might as well just stop. So and I might get to tomorrow and be like, hey.
I had bacon first thing that.
Yeah, legit. I'm like,
it's only a week. How hard can a week be?
No shit. It's 7 days. What was it? Not even that. Yeah. And you're asleep for most of them anyway. So.
Facts.
You're just going to have like.
It's really only like 3.5 days. You're asleep for like 10 hours a day.
So. Shout out to us because we're going to have to put in a shift.
The effort we put into this podcast.
Get through it. I honestly don't reckon you would.
Well, like,
I can you check.
Okay, well, you know my current diet when I'm at work. So I'm in the office this week, so this is a big factor.
Oh, you just love nuts, though.
I ate almonds during the day. Snack on almonds, and then my main meal. So it's almonds, like a dart, more almonds, sushi, a dart, more almonds.
Sushi vegetarian?
No. So my now diet for the entire week will be almonds, dart, almonds, dart, almonds, no sushi cut out. So sushi's cut out. Well, I'll come home, more almonds.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna eat almonds for the week.
I'm gonna have to hit up like all the halal boys or halal boys, halal. Yeah, and just be like, hey boys, I'm just gonna need some ingredients because I honestly don't even know where to start. I don't even know the rules. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna look up the rules.
What do you mean the rules of vegetarians don't eat meat?
I know, but does that count as fish? Is fish meat? No.
No. Would that be pescatarian?
Yeah. Okay. Nah, I'm just going to have fish right away.
So you're already failing your challenge, mate. So you've gone from being a vegetarian to pescatarian.
Oh. Nah, fuck off. It's not meat.
It is. That's literally what it's called.
Alright.
Mate.
Can I have egg?
I think you can.
I'm having egg for the rest of the week.
Oh, that.
Just raw eggs.
Oh, disgusting.
Alright. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. And peace.
Catch you next week.